cutting edge of a movement that must succeed. We have to succeed. There's no option. We have 20 presidential candidates who are here almost every day. The Bold Iowa Climate Bird Dog Workshop. We've been bird dogging for about 4 months now, and it's going pretty well. I have this growing sense of urgency, and I think many of you do. We're going to hear from some of the people who've been bird dogging presidential candidates, and then we're going to do these role plays that I think you'll find very instructive.
I've been a climate analyst for over 20 years. We need to have all of these candidates understand that climate change must be their 1 or 2 top priorities. By 2030, if we do not reduce the carbon in the atmosphere by 50%, we're going to start a chain reaction of disastrous events.
You get in their faces, you ask them the questions, you make yourself relevant, because when it comes down to it, you matter, your lives matter. Grab a chair, have a seat at the table at every conversation, because we don't have any more time to wait. We speak up for our kids. If we don't do it now, imagine what they're going to face in 20 years. How hard am I going to have to fight just to live, just to not dwindle away, you know? So that's why I speak up.
Who here has met with the candidates so far? More than half, right? And I know some of you have met with multiple candidates.
The room where we were meeting Marianne was like 4 seats wide and 10 row, itty bitty little room with a row of cameras in the back. She was like right in front of me, and she finished that answer with, "Oh, I support A, green," you know, so my hand shot up, and she called on me because I was right there, right in front of her. So I'm like, "Why not the Green New Deal? Do you have something in specific that you don't like about it?" Even if they take the mic back, I guess, is the takeaway from that little one. Just keep talking. A lot of times most people can hear you if you project a little.
You said, will you make climate your top priority? And she said, it is my top priority. Talking to the candidates can be a little bit stressful. It can be a little bit fun. It's also extremely important, because when we did talk to her about climate, she reiterated that it is her #1 issue. So now it's time for us to press her for more details about that and keep that conversation going.
And Elizabeth Warren in Marshalltown. Let's hear about this one.
And then she does pictures a lot at the end of her selfies, at the end of her stumps. And none of us really wanted a picture with her. We just wanted to ask her a question. So I had written out, because I am, I guess, anal, a question that I was going to ask. And when I went to the Beto event, I did the same thing, where I tried to research ahead of time who these people are and make my question somehow relevant, like to them as people and not just presidential candidates. And I think the questions are a big deal. I don't know. But I feel like we're just going to keep getting canned answers if we don't really make them pointed and kind of try to think about who they are ahead of time and maybe write it down if you're like me. So
we were kind of in the back of the room, but Corey picked her, and she said, "I want to hear what you think about fossil fuel impact on land and water, pipelines." So the conversation evolved, and she asked some follow-up questions. There was give and take, and I could see she gained in confidence as the exchange went on. There was no question there was an impact there. Senator Booker, at the end of the day, didn't do a very good job, to be honest. Even if you're nervous, doesn't mean you can't do it, and can't be successful, and can't make a big impact. And if you think of yourself as representing lots of other people who can't be there in that room at that moment to address that candidate with the reality of what the people you care about and live with are facing every day, it gives you more power, gives you more authenticity.
Basically, keep it short. Have someone take video of you. That's important. Even if you're doing it wrong, you're still gonna get a reaction as long as you do make your point. He got through to him, and it got through to the crowd. Even if you mess up and do it the wrong way, you still can make an impact. Just by being there and asking the questions and getting them to answer one way or another, not just go around you.
It's not just the candidates. This is why it's really unique to be in Iowa right now. We have the ear of the candidates, and they have the interest of the national media, and that's only going to increase more and more. The CNN Des Moines Register poll showed that Medicare and climate are the top two concerns that Iowa caucus goers want to hear more about. That's a new development. We're going to break into groups for role plays. Now,
So we have one reporter who wants to be another reporter. This guy is our other reporter. So you're asking me official reporting questions. No, you've got 4 meetings to go to. That's what handlers do.
Felt like if I can't walk the walk, what am I doing in this fight against the pipeline? We want someone to play a candidate. We want someone to play their handler. We're just going to go with one handler.
You're going to do this, do your homework. So be informed, formulate your message, and make a plan. Second, be willing to take up space. Be conspicuous. Be ready to assert yourself.
Well, one of my biggest issues is plastics. And what, these one-use things and all the plastic that we're throwing away and ending up in the sea and affecting the marine life and birds and the oceans. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think,
If you're going to be running for president, your environment should be the very number one consideration.
absolutely. That's why I have a civic team on my staff.
Priority on the question. How do we go with
Does that sound agreeable to the other?
Okay, wait, what did you say?
Do we have any questions from the audience?
Senator
Fancy pants! Yeah.
Senator Fancy Skirt has vowed to, in order to keep carbon, cut.
Are you going to do anything for soil health?
Q&A. The best way to do this is a new thing that's come up in politics, selfie time with the candidates. This is the best time to ask questions and have at least a little bit of a conversation with the candidate.
We're going to just had a lot of flooding recently.
That was a horrible disaster, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's been attributed to climate change. What are your
I'm
specific?
not sure the evidence is in on that.
But they've been happening more recently lately, and scientists have been attributing it to climate change caused by human.
Well, that's why.
What is your plan for climate issues? What is your plan to reduce carbon emissions?
We're still looking.
What is your
into that.
specific plan to reduce carbon emissions so that we do not reach the tipping point in
I'd be happy
2030?
to answer that once I find out.
No,
all
but
the
really, no.
information on it.
There's been plenty of things that you can do. The researchers have probably already briefed you on this. What is your specific plan?
Once I talk to my staff and they
You
get
should
all
have
the
a plan,
information
not
in,
your staff. You
well,
should have the
You
plan.
can't do it all by yourself.
Obviously, if you're
Quality
running
people
for
help
office, you
Next
should have a
person is
plan.
going in line. Next person is going in line.
Okay, my biggest concern is plastics.
Plastics.
Plastics harming the marine life, it's harming the fish, it's harming humans, birds, everything.
Well,
I want to know what your thoughts
This is a
are.
very difficult.
Healthcare is our number one issue here in Iowa Working Polls. Number two is the climate crisis. Can you put some meat on the bones of your climate proposals and your thinking on how we can turn this mess around?
Yeah. Thank you for your question. We hear a lot of talk about the bold investments that we need to make in this country to address the climate crisis that's before us.